Well, it's been raining and raining and raining and raining since yesterday. I want to say late morning. It might have started mid-morning. It's pouring right now still. I moved the seedlings in because it's going to be hitting like 40, 42 at night for a couple days. There's the other plants and the spackling I did on the walls. So actually, because I can't really do anything outside, maybe I'm gonna try to spackle these walls if I manage to stretch out and loosen up a little bit later. But the melons look absolutely terrible. These guys are all lanky and falling over, all the tomatoes and basil and stuff, and the other melons look terrible too, so I think I'm gonna have to replant from seed outside. The moringa though, the moringa tree, where's my finger? Right here. It's regrowing leaves, which is nice, and same with the peppers. So they're actually doing well. That pile of white stuff is diatomaceous earth. It's the forever battle with the ants, right? Last time, so I finally chucked that philodendron that malformed, like I assume it has something to do with chemicals, propagation chemicals, philodendron out, so it's just monstera down on the bottom there now. Georgie's singing for us. So this rack at least is making me happy. The seedlings aren't. What else? I don't know if we looked at these guys over here too recently, but we can go look at the rain too. Maybe it'll be a short one this week because it was a long one a couple times. You can see on my driveway, it's definitely pouring nicely. So I trimmed this rose back really hard like a week ago. So I was thinking I'd get painters in ASAP to do this fencing, but then the construction still isn't done because I don't know. This, I'm not sure if squirrels buried me a walnut in here when they were digging everywhere, or if that is another pawpaw tree. That's definitely a weed over there. Here's the roses that had sprouted and then just completely died back. I don't know if anything will happen with them again. It might be a lost cause. That might be okay though, because I have all of the rose hip roses that I can plant along that front fence anyway. And then here's the, so I think this one had started, but then it died back. I don't know. I mean, it was kind of rough. With back surgery, I couldn't give everything the attention that I wanted to, right? So I have at least 2 more propagated gooseberries, and that's good enough for me. And I think they're different kinds given the severity of spines I'm seeing on them. The others might be good and dead, and that might be okay. So this rain will be good for definitely the rhubarb growing in nice and juicy. The peas will probably gain like a foot between me looking at them before the rain and after the rain, because they definitely get going once it gets their preferred weather. They just run for it. Georgie, don't break out. Little kitties don't belong outside. Georgie. What else? Well, let me, maybe we'll go upstairs and look at the carnivorous plants. Okay, we're here. Oh, I had ants in here too. It's ants invading time of the year, so it's diatomaceous earth time of the year. So that disgusting scale infested fern that I had, that I kept fighting, another one of them actually popped up in this ventricosa here. So I let that one die outside over the winter time and actually chucked that pot too. So now I'll have a scaleless one. So the only thing that I'm fighting in here is spider mites, and I think that's a-okay. even though I hate them and I'm not really quite sure how to proceed trying to get rid of them all. That'll be a fight for when my back is feeling even better, because maybe I could have gotten on top of it if I really aggressively dealt with it back in January, but that is when I was having my back surgery and couldn't really move, so it just didn't, it got away from me because I couldn't do anything about it. So the ants actually popped up in that ventricosa. So that got the most of that diatomaceous earth, and a little bit inside the terrarium there. So hopefully they are dealt with now. I guess I'll find out when I go to water again if I have a swarm of them coming out. What else? This monstera here is doing better. It was looking a little bit worse. I don't know if that one is doing better. I guess it doesn't always have lots of leaves anyway, even out in the wild, so it might be okay, but well, that one's growing again, which is good. The lights aren't in here yet. I don't know if I mentioned that. Oh, there we go. It's sun up in the plant room. So Monstera dubia still has lost all of its leaves. I thought about like emergency moving it back to where it was before, because it sort of liked it there, but then that would be yet another move to acclimate to, so I'm just trying to, you know, keep it stay put. On the other side of that bark over there, the roundish green leaves coming on the other side of it, that's the I think it's Monstera acuminata. This elephant ear is good and gone. The one in that square pot there. No leaves for a while. Hopefully it's not actually dead, because it was a nice one. It had like the contrast on the veins, but I guess I have one downstairs that's like that, but I'm glad the purple one still has at least a leaf. And this begonia looks a little bit worse for wear. You know, when I had them in the pile on the floor here before I got these racks, they were doing okay, and then I moved them. And maybe I regret getting the racks, but then it's nice actually having room to move in here. So it's kind of good and bad. So over here, we had another orchid open. And it's a really pretty one. I don't know when it came, if it came in bloom or not, but I don't think it did, because I don't remember such a nice flower. So what else is new in here? Try not to spill my coffee, because I always get coffee all over the place when I plant and vlog at the same time. Let's scoot over here. The Song of Melancholy picture in the back here just opened. It's really nice. What else just opened? Oh, and that little tiny, I think it's a peperomia, is invading the Aristolochoides pot, which is nice, because after it didn't want to grow in one of the Phalaenopsis, I think it was Stewardiana pots, I spread it a bunch of different places just to try to keep it going. So I'm glad it likes that. I have this nice fern from Exo growing everywhere. What else? Oh, the Densiflora by Rob Cantley is blooming. It's a male, and I don't have any females blooming right now. I guess I should advertise it, and maybe I'll turn this light on. We'll see if that helps. Maybe I should advertise it and send around pollen. Life's been beating me up, so I haven't had the chance to really get on stuff like this. So that guy's blooming. Usually it puts up a double stalk. I'm not even sure why, but that's really interesting, right? And I wish this Ventricosa by Trismatiensis were blooming too, because that's what happened last time, and that's why I got seed, but then the seed didn't really sprout. Well, a few sprouted, but then none of them really survived long term, which made me unhappy, because it'd be a really nice cross. There's little baby Nepenthes in all of these pots from a cross that I did with, might have been H. Carlton, maybe somebody else, with one of my Campanulata crosses. So I have little tiny Nepenthe seedlings sprouting up everywhere, which is really cute. I think the pygmy dews germinating helped the Nepenthes get going, So even though the pygmy dews had already kind of sprouted here, I put Nepenthe seeds on this too when I got some more off of that spatulata bihamata. So we'll see if that does anything. These ones are still doing good. I just gotta remember to stay on top of watering all the time. And here's the Venus flytrap seedlings. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna have any of the ones out in the garden surviving because it's looking pretty bad right now, but it is still not consistently warm at night, so I'm gonna say it's that, and maybe I have some survivors, but man, you win some and lose some, right? So what else? There's a monstera over there. I moved it because it was looks better now. What else? That vine over there doesn't look good either. Yeah. Well, maybe that's it for the tour around here. Maybe we can go outside again next week. After all this 2.5 days of solid rain outside, the garden ought to take off. And by Wednesday, it's going to be warm enough that I think by Wednesday I can plant out what seedlings I have and then put in the ground zucchini and pumpkin and butternut squash and beans. Like, not the fava beans I already have outside, but like regular climbing beans and some bush beans. Because I'm going to try soybeans this year. And then I'm going to replant some more melon seeds, even though I was hoping I wouldn't have to. And all those tomatoes and basil and stuff. I wanted to look at the, where is it? There it is. Cebuenensis by Trusmadiensis. It's always such a cute little picture with the candy orange rim. Oh, this plant got really tall, and I didn't even notice while I was busy being sick. Okay, that's it for this week. Georgie can't stand being alone anymore, so till next week.